Hi guys, my name is Dr. Ian Smith and I'm a board-certified internist practicing in the Midwest. There's been a lot of controversy surrounding the COVID-19 vaccine lately. Unfortunately, this has led to an inverse relationship between vaccine rates and COVID-19 infection rates and deaths in some areas. The page of the CDC website that addresses this is linked below. I have a personal interest in this because I happen to be in one of those areas where vaccine rates are low, and unfortunately we've ended up with a big surge in COVID-19 infections and hospitalizations lately. If you watch this video to the end, I just ordered a pair of the Jordan 1 Travis Scott Fragment Triple Collaboration shoes in a size 9. I will be giving those shoes away for free if this video gets to 100,000 likes and the channel reaches 1,000 subscribers. I'll give instructions on what to do in order to have a chance at winning the shoes at the end of the video. Now let's go through some of the myths associated with the COVID-19 vaccination. For your information, I've linked the YouTube policies page that addresses COVID-19 below. As we go through each one of these myths, the numbers in the top right-hand corner of the page correspond with my references that are listed below. The first question I'm going to address is, does the COVID-19 vaccine cause life-threatening side effects or death at a significant rate? To start answering this question, the COVID-19 vaccine has been associated with anaphylaxis at a rate of 2 to 5 people per million people vaccinated. This corresponds with a percentage rate of 0.0002 to 0.0005%. The information on the CDC website that supports this is linked under number 3 below. A study done in 2016 by the Journal of Allergy and Clinical Immunology showed that vaccinations in general cause a rate of anaphylaxis of 1.31 people per million people vaccinated. This study is linked below. Therefore, by comparison to vaccines in general, the COVID-19 vaccination does not cause a significantly increased risk of anaphylaxis. Also, we could say that the risk of anaphylaxis for adults and children from any vaccine is minimal. Another rare side effect that can occur with the COVID-19 vaccine is thrombosis with thrombocytopenia syndrome, or TTS. This has only been confirmed to have happened in 39 people out of 13 million who got the Johnson & Johnson vaccine. This corresponds with a rate of 3 people per 1 million people vaccinated, or 0.0003%. Women under the age of 50 should understand that they're at a rare but increased risk of having this rare side effect. Guillain-Barré syndrome has been reported with the Johnson & Johnson vaccine. However, as of July 12, 2021, there were only 100 preliminary reports of this happening. This corresponds with a rate of 7.8 people per million people vaccinated, or 0.00078%. Myocarditis, which is an inflammation of the heart muscle, and pericarditis, which is an inflammation of the sac that surrounds the heart, have been reported in people younger than 30 who have received the COVID-19 vaccination. However, at this point, only 674 cases of both of these have been confirmed. Considering that on June 29, 2021, there had been 178,965,469 people who were vaccinated with the Pfizer vaccine, and 132,904,311 people who were vaccinated with the Moderna vaccine. This corresponds with a rate of 2.1 cases per million people vaccinated, or a percentage of 0.00021%. Younger people should understand that they are at a rare but increased risk of having this very rare side effect. At this point, based on the most recent information I could find, there have been 6,207 deaths reported after someone had received the COVID-19 vaccination. However, we need to understand that it has to be reported if there's any death at all after someone gets the COVID-19 vaccination, whether or not that death is actually confirmed to be secondary to the vaccine. Regardless, this is consistent with a rate of 18 deaths per million people vaccinated, or a percentage rate of 0.0018%. A study done by the Journal of the American Medical Association showed that in 2020, there were 3,358,814 deaths in the United States. The Census.gov website reported that on April 1, 2020, the United States population was 331,449,281. Therefore, the chances of dying in 2020 were about 1%, and the chances of dying per day in 2020 was about 0.0027%, or 27 deaths per million people per day. Therefore, the chances of dying just by being alive per day in 2020 were actually higher than the chances of death from the COVID-19 vaccine in general. So can we guarantee that there is no chance of life-threatening side effects or death from the COVID-19 vaccine? Absolutely not. But we can't guarantee that with any vaccine, medication, or medical procedure. What we can say is that the chances of life-threatening side effects or death from the COVID-19 vaccine are incredibly low. Now for the fun part. The next question we'll address is, does the COVID-19 vaccine contain any ingredients that aren't listed on the ingredient list? Things like baby fetuses, alien body parts, devices that are meant to track you, animal products, or any other toxic substances that may harm you. Now let's do a thought exercise here. The COVID-19 vaccines are made by multiple different pharmaceutical companies. The main ones that we've been talking about lately are Pfizer, Moderna, and Johnson & Johnson. There are hundreds, if not thousands, or tens of thousands of people that have worked on, developed, and helped distribute each of these vaccines at each one of these companies. All of these companies are under intense scrutiny by multiple different regulatory bodies, and the federal government, CDC, FDA, World Health Organization, and many other organizations. So for the company to actually put something in the vaccine that isn't listed on the ingredient list, not only would it be illegal, they would also have to get it past so many people that it would be near impossible. And even if they did, clinical laboratory science is so advanced at this point that almost certainly some private individuals have gotten a hold of small amounts of the vaccine and analyzed it for themselves. If any of these people had actually found something that was there that wasn't listed on the ingredient list, it would be a media frenzy and we would all know immediately. So the chances of something being in the vaccine that isn't actually listed on the ingredient list is basically zero. The next question I'd like to address is, does the COVID-19 vaccine alter your genetic makeup? Now, we're dealing with two different kinds of vaccines here. The Pfizer and Moderna vaccines are mRNA vaccines. What that means is they provide your body with the instructions to make a small amount of viral proteins. The mRNA enters some of your body's cells, and then your body's cells make those viral proteins. As soon as the viral proteins are made, it sets off alarm signals in the cells, and your immune system responds. Your immune system then sets up the machinery to recognize those viral proteins so that your body can respond in the event of an actual COVID-19 infection. Nothing other than the instruction to make those viral proteins is provided. The Johnson & Johnson vaccine is a little bit different. It's a modified adenovirus vaccine. This means that it is a modified adenovirus that doesn't have the ability to make you ill or replicate within your body, that has the DNA for those same viral proteins inside of it. When the vaccine is given, that modified adenovirus enters some of your cells and puts the DNA for the viral proteins inside of your cell nuclei. Your cells then make the mRNA for those viral proteins. The viral proteins are made, and then your cell sets off alarm signals that signals your immune system into action. The machinery is then set up such that your body can respond if you are actually infected with COVID-19. The next question I want to address is whether or not the COVID-19 vaccine really reduces your risk of contracting COVID-19. An article from the Associated Press on June 29, 2021 summed this up very well. The article cites government data from May that showed breakthrough infections in fully vaccinated people accounting for fewer than 1,200 of more than 107,000 COVID-19 infections. In other words, 1.1%. It also cited that only 150 or 0.8% of the more than 18,000 COVID-19 deaths in May were in fully vaccinated people. Both of these points strongly suggest that if you are vaccinated against COVID-19, your chances of becoming infected with and dying from COVID-19 are going to be much lower. Some people have asked, does the COVID-19 vaccine cause COVID-19 infection? The reality is that the Pfizer and Moderna vaccines are simply providing your body with the mRNA that provides the instructions to make the viral proteins, which your body can then recognize so that your immune system can be ready if you have an actual COVID-19 infection. The Johnson & Johnson vaccine is a little bit different. It's a modified adenovirus that contains the DNA that your body can then use to make the mRNA and therefore the viral proteins that again your immune system can recognize and be ready for a COVID-19 infection. Therefore, in neither of these situations can these vaccines actually cause a real COVID-19 infection because they aren't the virus itself. Some people are worried that they may be required to get a COVID-19 vaccination. The CDC website itself states that the federal government will not be requiring vaccination against COVID-19. Furthermore, an article from the U.S. News published on April 30th, 2021, quoted Jeff Zients, the White House COVID-19 response coordinator, as saying, "Let me be clear that the government is not now, nor will we be supporting a system that requires Americans to carry a credential. There will be no federal vaccination database, no federal mandate requiring everyone to obtain a single vaccination credential." Now, the states do have the authority to establish a vaccine mandate, but a quick Google search will show you that most states have actually gone in the opposite direction and have banned requirements to get the vaccine or requirements for vaccine passports. This is consistent with what healthcare providers are taught. We cannot force treatment on people, no matter how safe and effective that treatment is. So what are the exact benefits of getting the COVID-19 vaccination? A recent study by the CDC showed that the Pfizer and Moderna vaccines reduce the risk of people getting sick with COVID-19 by about 94%. The Johnson & Johnson vaccine was shown to be 66.3% effective in clinical trials at preventing laboratory-confirmed COVID-19 infection in people who received the vaccine and had no evidence of previous infection. In the same clinical trials, the vaccine had high efficacy of preventing hospitalization and death in people who did get sick. No one who got COVID-19 at least 4 weeks after receiving the Johnson & Johnson vaccine had to be hospitalized. At this point in time, there have been over 34 million cases of COVID-19 and 610,000 deaths from COVID-19 in the United States. With the new Delta variant, there will almost certainly be more problems to come. However, we do have a way to battle this. The COVID-19 vaccinations have been shown to be highly effective, and the chances of life-threatening side effects or death are incredibly low. Therefore, if you have concerns about receiving the COVID-19 vaccination, you should absolutely consult with a qualified healthcare provider. However, the objective evidence seems to show that for most people, the best thing for the individual and for society will be to get vaccinated. This video does not constitute personal medical advice. Any personal medical decisions should be made within the confines of a proper patient-provider relationship. This video is an explanation of the objective evidence and what that evidence suggests. I hope that you found this video helpful and informative, and as always, please like and subscribe. I plan on posting many videos like this in the future. Thank you for watching the video all the way to the end. If you want a chance at winning the Travis Scott Fragment J1 Highs in a size 9 that I mentioned earlier, please just comment below, like the video, and subscribe to my channel. If in a week or two this video has reached 100,000 likes and the channel has reached 1,000 subscribers, I will give those shoes away for free. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a great day.